Dialogic teaching.
What is dialogic teaching?
Robin Alexander said that dialogic teaching uses talking to stimulate and extend students' thinking to advance their learning and understanding.
And what does it involve?
Well, most people think it's just about talking, but it's not just talking. It also requires interactions, discussions, lots of questions and answers, and an engagement with the subject matter, all encompassed in a classroom organisation, with the feedback from the teachers and the pupils.
So what's the role of the teacher?
Well, initially the teacher needs to teach the subject matter, so they give an explanation of the topic that they're doing, and then stimulate the questions by starting off with a question to get the children to really understand what they're supposed to be asking.
So do you think it's applicable to like a wide range of subjects, or do you think it's more limited to things like PSHE and philosophy for education?
Well, teachers can use dialogic teaching for most subjects, as the majority of subjects such as English, maths and science all require children to think really deeply and to ask a lot of questions.
So what strategies can be used in the classroom to support the learning?
Well, initially the teachers would teach the subject matter in an uninterrupted exposition, so they'd teach the subject matter without the children asking questions, so that all children can engage and not be interrupted, and then move on to pair work and group work with an opportunity to extend their thinking so they can talk to each other. Then when the teacher starts to ask questions, they give them a good amount of time for the children to think about it. The wait time should be enough time for all the children to think about it.
Do you think there are any negatives to this approach?
Well, it can be quite challenging for some teachers to move from the role of question master, of just asking open-ended questions or closed questions, to a more fluid way of managing and promoting the talk, so that it's the children that are doing the talking.
Any positives?
There's quite a lot of positives, really. It's very good for empowering children for the lifelong learning, so that they can take what they've learned and promote it throughout their life. And then it also helps teachers to diagnose students' needs and to structure the tasks that they're going to do, and also to assess their progress. It's really good for supporting a deeper meaning of learning, and it can lead to a lot higher quality written work.
Plato had quite a similar theory. He proposed the idea that it's better to question children rather than just to lecture them. Do you think that relates back to this, and what do you think about that?
I think the Socratic method, which is based on Socrates' belief that lecture was not an effective method of teaching all students, is really quite similar to the dialogic teaching, because the teacher engages with the children by asking questions, and they require a very generative answer. It's also a very student-centred approach, where it challenges the learners to develop critical thinking skills and actively engage in analytical discussion, which is central to dialogic teaching.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
So Amy.
No, I don't like the way I said that.
Dialogic teaching.
What?
Dialogic teaching.
What is dialogic teaching?
Robin Alexander said that dialogic teaching uses talking to stimulate and extend students' thinking to advance learning and understanding. Dialogic teaching.
What is dialogic teaching?
Robin Alexander said that dialogic teaching